Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and in this video we'll be discussing about a very important concept of international business, that is trade creation, trade diversion and trade deflection. So I have already prepared a video on this topic in Hindi. So if you want to watch this video in Hindi, so please click the link in the description that I'll be sharing with you. So let's start with the concept now. Trade creation, trade diversion and trade deflection. So let's start with the first one, that is trade creation. Production shift or move towards efficient member country from inefficient domestic or outside countries. This is known as trade creation. So what is the meaning of it? So basically what is written over here, that the shift or the trade is moving towards a country that is more efficient from the country that is least efficient or relatively less efficient in production of certain goods. So we are going to import from the country that is more efficient in producing a particular commodity. So let us look at the example. So India, we want to import, let's suppose, shoes. So we are planning to import shoes. So we have three options with us. We can import it from US, we can import it from Japan, or we can also import it from Nepal. So basically the cost of production, when we convert it in Indian currency, it comes to be 2000 rupees for cost of production in US, 3000 cost of production rupees in Japan, whereas 1500 rupees in Nepal. So this is converted to Indian currency. So we can clearly see that Nepal is the more efficient producer when it comes to shoes. So we can clearly import from Nepal. But will it be the case? No, it will not. Why? Because there is a concept of tariff. So whenever we import a certain goods or services from a particular country, we have to levy tariff. So 10% rate of tariff is charged, levied on US, 10% similarly on Japan. But when we come to Nepal, so it is around 50%. So we are charging 50% of the tariff from Nepal. And why is the case? So there is a concept named as most favored nation clause. So maybe we have good relations with US and Japan, whereas we don't have good relationships with Nepal. Maybe we don't have a good relationship with Nepal. So this is for the example purpose, so don't take it personally otherwise. So that is the reason why we are charging, let's suppose, 10% from US, 10% we have good relationship with those countries, whereas with Nepal we don't have. So that is why we are charging more tariff from Nepal. So when we convert the cost price and when we import that particular shoe from US, it comes to be 2000 multiplied by 10%, which is added, which comes to be 2200 rupees. Similarly, from Japan, 3300 rupees for the same quality of shoes, whereas from Nepal, it is coming to be 2250. So 2250 rupees. So which is more than US. Despite being more efficient, Nepal, we are not going to import the goods from Nepal since the rate of tariff is more, which adds to the cost, and that is why we have to pay rupees 50 more to Nepal despite being more efficient. So this is known as that is the reason why we are going to understand the concept of trade creation. So let us understand now. So let's take an example. Let's suppose all these countries, US, Japan, Nepal, and India, come into an agreement and creates a free trade area. So all these member countries come and create a free trade area, because of which the rate of tariff becomes zero. So 10% is deleted and this 50% is also removed. So basically now we are going to purchase the goods at the cost price. So basically now US we will import at a cost of rupees 2000. Similarly Japan 3000, and similarly Nepal it will cost around 1500. So where will we import the goods from now? The question is, where will we import? So obviously we are going to import the goods from Nepal now. So the trade shift from less efficient USA to more efficient Nepal, which creates trade, is known as trade creation. I hope it is clear to all of you. India will purchase shoes from US, but Nepal is the most efficient producer because the rate of tariff was more in Nepal. But when we created a free trade area, India, Nepal, US, Japan made a free trade area, which helps Nepal to start importing shoes to India because it becomes more efficient. So trade shifts from more efficient to more efficient from less efficient. So it is increase in the trade that occurs between countries of a trade bloc following the formation expansion of trade bloc. This comes about removal of trade barriers, allowing greater specialization according to comparative advantage. This means that price can fall and trade can expand. So the shift in the trade from less efficient producer towards more efficient producer is known as trade creation. So increase has a positive impact. Why? Because we are using less resources to produce more, so it is having a positive impact towards the nation. So basically, let's continue to the next one, that is negative impact trade diversion. So diversion means shift in the trade. So how is it shifting? Let's look at example again. So again, 2000 is the cost price for USA, similarly 3000 for Japan, and let's suppose we took 1500 from Nepal. So let's look at the example now. Trade diversion. India imports from Nepal, which is most efficient member. So similarly, so cost price over here is 1500 CP, over here is 3000 CP, over here cost price is 2000 for US. So clearly we can see that we were importing from Nepal because it was the most efficient producing member. But because of creation of free trade area between, so basically free trade area was created between these countries. Let's suppose India, US, and Japan. So these countries, all the rate of import duties were removed. So 50% earlier, it was 50% import duties on from US also, 50% import duty from Japan also, and 50% import duty from Nepal also. So earlier, the cost price was coming out to be 3000 from USA, 4500 from Japan, and 22,550 from Nepal. But because US, Japan, and India entered into an agreement creating a free trade area, which resulted in importing goods at a cheaper rate from US, which is shift in the trade from more efficient producing country, which is Nepal, to less efficient producing country, that is USA. So that is why more efficient to less efficient creates trade diversion. So it is a negative impact because we are using more resources to produce less goods. So it is having a negative impact. Trade diversion. It refers to decrease in the trade following the formation of trade bloc, as the trade with a low cost non-trade bloc member is replaced with a trade with a relatively high cost bloc member. So we took an example of US and Nepal. So basically Nepal is not included in the trade bloc, which is free trade area, because of which the trade from Nepal shifted towards USA. Nepal was more efficient and more efficient producer towards less efficient producer. The trade is shifted. This creates trade diversion. Trade creation and trade diversion are important direct effect formation of union custom union. Trade creation will means the consumption shift from high cost producer to low cost producer, and trade therefore expands. Trade diversion, from on the other hand, means trade shift from low cost producer outside the union to high cost producer inside the union. This will not benefit the consumer within the union, as they will not get access to cheaper international goods. Also, the last concept over here is trade deflection. The movement of goods or components of goods outside the trading arrangement. Okay, so basically what is happening over here, let's look at with the help of an example. So basically there are two countries, that are Italy and France, are a part of regional trading agreement, namely European Union, but Turkey is not. So basically Turkey wants to import their cars to let's suppose Italy or France. So what they will be doing is they will be setting a manufacturing unit in either Italy or France to get an advantage of the regional trading agreement that is there, so as to get the benefit of the free trade area. They will be shifting. European Union will be setting, or Turkey will be setting their manufacturing plant in either France or Italy, so as to take the advantage of the economic union or European Union or free trade area. So this is what is trade deflection. I hope it is clear. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. We'll meet in the next video. So thank you so much for watching.